Hello, welcome to BioGrade TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. History of the Mossi Empire. The Mossi Empire or kingdoms thrived in present-day Burkina Faso and was actually a number of different powerful kingdoms which dominated the region of the Upper Volta River for many centuries. The kingdoms were founded when warriors from the Mamprusi area in modern-day Ghana migrated to the area and intermarried the local people. Centralization of the political and military powers of the kingdoms started around the 13th century and led to conflicts between the Mossi kingdoms and many other powerful states in the region. In 1896, the French took control of the kingdoms and created the French Upper Volta, which largely maintained the Mossi administrative model for many decades in governing the colony. Accounts of the origin of the Mossi kingdom and parts of their history are quite uncertain, with contradictory oral traditional details. However, many of these accounts agree that a woman plays a key role as the originator of the royal line. The origins of the Mossi state by a prominent traditional account is said to begin when a Mamprusi princess left the city of Gambaga because of a disagreement with her father. This event in different oral histories is said to be between the 11th and the 15th centuries. According to the history, the princess Yenega disguised as a man and escaped to the house of an elephant hunter from the Bosani tribe named Reyale. When her identity as a woman was revealed to him, they both got married. They had a son named Ouedraogo or Ouedraogo. Ouedraogo paid a visit to his grandfather in Dagomba when he was 15 years old and was given 4 horses, 50 cows, and a number of Dagomba horsemen joined his forces. With these forces, Ouedraogo made war and conquered the Bosani tribes. He then married a woman named Puiriketa who gave him 3 sons and built the city of Tenkodogo. His 3rd son, Zograna, became the ruler in Tenkodogo after the death of Ouedraogo. Zograna got married to Puitenga, who was from the Ninisi tribes, and the resulting intermarriage between the Dagomba, the Bosansi, and the Ninisi produced a new tribe called the Mossi. Zograna's son, Obri, further expanded the kingdom by conquering the Kibisi and some Gurunsi tribes. Obri, who reigned from around 1050 until 1090 CE, is often regarded as the father of the Ouagadougou dynasty, which ruled from the capital of Ouagadougou. The Mossi kingdoms were organized around 5 kingdoms, namely Ouagadougou, Tenkodogo, Fada Ngoma, Zondoma, later replaced by Yatenga, and Bosouma. However, there were as many as 19 other lesser Mossi kingdoms which retained ties to one of the 4 main kingdoms. Each of these maintained significant domestic autonomy but shared kinship and ritualistic bonds with one another. There were significant rivalries between the different kingdoms, especially between Yatenga and Ouagadougou. Ouagadougou was often regarded as the primary Mossi kingdom but was not the capital of the Mossi kingdoms, as each retained autonomy. The cavalry of the Mossi states were specialists at raiding deep into the enemy territory, even against the Mali Empire, which was formidable at the time. Ouagadougou was controlled by the Ouagadougou dynasty, but the other kingdoms established by the sons of Ouedraogo also retained independence in Tenkodogo, Fada Ngoma, and Zondoma. Under Komdimie, the 5th ruler of Ouagadougou, 2 revolutions were started by members of the Ouagadougou dynasty, with the founding of the kingdom of Yatenga to the north and that of the kingdom of Rizem. War between Komdimie and Yatenga continued for several years, with Yatenga eventually taking over the independent Mosi state of Zondoma. Increasing power of the Mosi kingdoms resulted in larger conflicts with other regional powers. The kingdom of Yatenga commenced attacks on the Songhai Empire between 1328 and 1477, taking over Timbuktu. It also sacked the important trading post of Machina. When Askia Muhammad I became the leader of the Songhai Empire with the desire to spread the religion of Islam, he waged a holy war against the Mosi kingdoms in 1497. Although the Mosi forces were defeated in Askia's campaign, they resisted attempts to impose Islam. When the Moroccans of the Saadi dynasty conquered Songhai in 1591, the Mosi states re-established their independence. By the 18th century, the Mosi kingdoms had grown significantly in terms of economic and military power in the region. Foreign trade relations expanded significantly throughout Africa with notable connections to the Fula kingdoms and the Mali Empire. These relations included military attacks many times, with the Mosi being attacked by different African forces. A number of jihad states in the region were attempting to forcibly spread Islam, especially the Massina Empire and the Sokoto Caliphate, but the Mosi kingdoms were able to retain their traditional religious and ritual practices. The first European explorer to reach the empire was German Gottlob Cross in 1888. However, by 1894, the British sent an explorer who convinced the leaders to sign a treaty of protection. Then again, the French in 1896 entered the area and renounced the Treaty of Protection to conquer the Mosi Kingdom and make it part of the Upper Volta colony. The French had already taken over all of the surrounding kingdoms, thus the Mosi kingdoms were completely surrounded by the French Empire. The last king of Ouagadougou, named Wobgo, having been warned a day before the French forces were going to attack, sent a small force to fight them in battle while he fled the city. 4 shots fired in the air by the French was enough to scatter the Mosi, but Wobgo was able to escape. The French made Kouka, Wobgo's brother, the king of Ouagadougou, and allied with Yatenga to try capturing Wobgo. When the British and the French resolved the boundary disputes regarding their colonies, Wobgo lost his support system and was forced to retire with a British pension in Zongoiri in the Gold Coast. He died there in 1904. What have we missed out of this history of the Mosi Empire? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.